Hey guys, it's Tori. Sorry, I'm super fidgety right now. I don't know why. I'm like really restless. So anyway, Karl Rove is coming to Bend, Oregon on the 16th to do a book signing. Um, Beyond thinking about sunshine that is in Central Oregon and not in Portland, I've been thinking about what I want to ask him when I go to meet him slash get my book signed because I'm super cool like that. So naturally, this led me to start thinking about the Bush presidency and how the Bush presidency made Portland and therefore the rest of the state of Oregon a lot less Republican. As I've stated before, my ridiculously lofty goal of seeing Oregon and Washington as red states in the next 20 years looks a lot more difficult to accomplish, having to compete with this blue trend that we have going on in the Northwest. Basically, there are about 249,000 registered Democrats in Portland proper, and there are about 75,000 registered Republicans. So that's more than 3-to-1, essentially, Democrats to Republicans, which I'm sure is fairly common in large cities. Shouldn't be too particularly surprising, I guess. But that basically represents a 36,000 person gain for the Ds and a 20,000 person loss for the Republicans since 2004. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, we're going in the wrong direction with this, and kind of thinking about how to work around this. Basically, Oregon really just did not like what Bush was doing, and unfortunately, the Bush administration didn't take the time to explain a lot of their decisions when they could have explained them, and they could have explained them well. Unfortunately, they didn't really do that the way that at least people here wanted. They wanted to. I think that they would have listened. I think that they would have been more understanding had the situation been a little bit different as far as the information that we were getting from the Bush administration. So they were obviously very demonized here. I know Bush was here, I can't even remember what year it was. I think it may have been 2005. And the protesters were so just out of control that he told my friend's mother, who was the speaker of the Oregon House, I'm never coming back here ever again. And he didn't. Which is unfortunate. It's like these people, the left, they're all about freedom of speech unless somebody on the right wants to speak, and then, anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Basically, in 2000, Bush lost Oregon by 7,000 votes, which to me, that's like a little bit more of a push in your get out the vote campaign, and you got that covered. Like, that's super easy in a state of 3.5 million. However, in 2008, Obama carried Oregon by 300,000 votes. So obviously the shift is moving in the other direction, besides the fact that Obama is very, very charismatic, and people in Portland really loved what they had to say. I was obviously a liberal back then and went to go see, I would have anyway, but I went to go see Obama speak. He basically did this during the campaign. It was basically just down to him and Hillary, and he came to Portland, and there were 75,000, 80,000 people that showed up, which is huge. I was thinking about it and doing some math and figuring out that I got that number wrong somehow, but it was like 1 in 10. Obviously, people came from like Washington State and whatever, but it was like 1 in 10 people in the state were at this rally that he did at Waterfront Park, and I was super jazzed about it. I was like, this is awesome. Yeah, Obama. I was really stoked. And funny. Like, now I don't feel exactly the same way about it. So yeah, 300,000 people as opposed to Bush's 7,000. Or the 7,000 people that Bush lost by. So the Gore carried, it was 7,000 versus 300,000. Just really interesting. So obviously that's a huge shift that I spend a lot of my time thinking about and thinking about how to counteract. Unfortunately, I don't have like 45 minutes or an hour to sit and grill Mr. Rove about what to do, what he would do in this situation. I feel like he would have some really, really great insight. But yeah, I don't have that, unfortunately. Maybe someday I'll get to do that. So yeah, all that to say, I have to come up with a less complicated question, but I am really excited for the 16th, kind of counting down the days, and yeah, stoked for my little road trip. So anyway,